Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of FILMCAN Productions.
Yes, FILMCAN is back.
We're back. We've been out of the loop for a few months.
We're sorry about that.
The holidays, but no real excuses. We've just been busy.
Yeah, everybody, it happens. It happens. We've been on a hiatus of, at least an extra 2 months longer than we expected to be, but...
Well, it's a new year, 2016.
Yes.
The three amigos are back.
And congratulations are in order for David.
Oh, yes, I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah,
so I've been busy with that. Thank you. So I'm David.
I'm Narciso.
And I'm Javier.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I'm Batman.
Academy Award winner, Javier.
Yeah. See, even for a podcast with no video, he's dressed up in a suit, if you didn't know.
Yeah,
so,
stay sharp.
We got a new year, 2016. We got a lot of new movies coming out.
Yep.
So this one, it's not really a specific topic. We're just going to talk about upcoming projects, upcoming movies, maybe talk a little bit about the Oscars.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in recapping older stuff. We're going to just move along and whatever's current. So let's kick it off with the Oscars that just this past Sunday.
So what do we think about the Oscars? What are our first impressions?
I mean, other than that they downplayed the whole Oscar so white movement.
Yes, definitely overdid it with that.
Overdid it, and it did downplay it too because I guess he was funny I guess at the beginning because he's trying to make a point about it. But there's a skit.
Chris Rock, we're talking about.
Yeah, Chris Rock. Yeah. There's a skit obviously that he puts up that I thought that was kind of off the point, where he follows moviegoers in Compton. Most of them are black, and he's asking them about
outside the theater.
Outside the theater, and he's asking them what they think about all these movies that got nominated, which included Bridge of Spies and
The Revenant
and Brooklyn, and none of them ever watched it.
But those were the whitest movies they could pick.
True.
If you mentioned Mad Max, I'm sure somebody would say, "Oh yeah, I know a little bit."
But here's the thing too. But once they started mentioning, okay, have you seen Straight Outta Compton? I was like, oh yeah, I've seen it 5 times, blah blah whatever. So I'm like, okay, now they're trying to say that
they're feeding the stereotype.
Right. Yes. Not only the thing is, they're pretty much saying, okay, black people don't have enough taste or class to go ahead and distinguish what's good movie or is bad. They only stick to one good movie. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of they're diluting the whole message of Oscars so white. I thought that was weird.
And not only that, I thought it was odd for them to have that. That seemed like a TV skit you would see in a Conan,
it was
Jimmy
like a Jimmy
Kimmel or something. Not for the Oscars. I thought that was out of kind of left field. Mm-hmm. I was like, what is this? They just had a random Chris Rock skit, and it was I get it. That was a big hot topic before the Oscars, and he immediately started attacking that, and it was kind of good in the beginning because I was like, yeah, okay, let's face the problem and then get it over with. Mm-hmm. But it just never ended. It was the entire Oscars and back to this and back to this. And then you could tell everybody in the audience was very uncomfortable. They kept cutting to the audience, obviously primarily white, and they didn't know whether to laugh or not. And it was kind of okay, what are we doing now?
It seems the last couple of years they've been trying to hip up the Oscars for younger people. Right? Because the Oscars are always they're kind of, not everyone, they're kind of boring. Sometimes they're kind of boring.
Oh, absolutely.
They go on for too long, and then if you're not a hardcore film buff, there's a lot of categories that people are not interested in. So they're trying to hip it up. But I feel, like you said, a room filled with 95% white people laughing at jokes at white people's expense seemed odd. Mm-hmm. It seems like.
But you know what that also shows too, in my opinion, that he's trying to again, he's a host, he has to lighten it up, whatever, and kind of have people laugh, whatever. But the fact that we have an audience that's 95% white, whatever, laughing at it shows that how seriously they're actually taking it. They're making a joke out of it. I don't think he understands that. Granted, even though he's making it the theme of his entire show, I mean, come on, that's not I don't think it's getting the response that he was expecting. Yeah.
And it's Chris Rock too. He doesn't want to alienate his fans.
Oh hell no.
His skits. I mean, his stand up is usually race related, so people were expecting it from him, and I think he did okay. You know what I mean? It was a little strange, but okay. Forget about the politics. Let's talk about Leo. Finally got his Oscar.
Yes, finally Leo.
I'm happy for Leo.
Mm-hmm. I was happy for Leo. I was disappointed for Sly. I was actually hoping Rocky would take it.
Yeah, that was a big shock. I would have lost my house because I was betting that he was the only one that I knew was going to win. And did you see those viral videos? Stallone. Schwarzenegger released a video.
I heard. I hadn't seen it.
It's
though.
like a don't worry, you're still my favorite. So he sent him a video, and then some other celebrities did videos too. There's a video of what's his face, the Michael Rappaport going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That went viral about him, about Stallone throwing shit around. What the fuck? Yeah, it seems staged though. Michael Rappaport, that's what he's famous now for doing that stuff.
Yeah,
he's he's kind of like
he does
a C-lister now, but he does all these viral videos and he's always doing this shit. But whatever.
But you know what I think too, though, is that no one knows who Mark Reliance is, whatever. And that was his. I mean, other than that, I don't think anyone really recognizes him from any other role. You know, like he's not distinguished from that. For example, I mean, I think that if Tom Hardy won it, people would be like, oh, you know what, Tom Hardy is blah blah whatever.
Unknown.
Yeah, but it was an unknown instead of Stallone that people went crazy. I mean, people made it an issue.
And the Academy does it sometimes. They'll give it to like a random person. And you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. Good for Mark Rylance, I believe his name was.
Rylance, I believe.
Rylance.
Something like that, yeah. So we don't even know his name. So
never saw Bridge of Spies.
No, I'll be honest with you. When he stood up, I was like, "Who the hell is that?" I was like, "What happened?"
I'm sure everybody was.
I'll be honest with you. I've seen Bridge of Spies, and
it's not something I'm terribly wanting to see. Honestly, even though I love Spielberg, it looks like
no, he doesn't. I think it's this.
Actually, my dad saw it. He said it was really good. Yeah.
I'm sure it's good. Spielberg movies are always good, but it doesn't seem. I don't know. It's not. But you didn't run to see it. It's not something like, oh damn, we gotta watch.
No, absolutely. I mean,
it's something I would wait for video. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Bridge of Spies, and I think about him, about most of his, with this movie, along with most of his other movies, whatever, his characters don't take on that kind of thing where they shine outside of Spielberg. Does that make sense? Like Spielberg's direction is the one that takes the show, and everybody else takes a back seat. You know, even if it is Tom Hanks there, I mean, like the whole thing is on Spielberg. So when I saw Bridge of Spies, it was almost no different. Whereas The Revenant, I mean, I know everybody was loving Leo, but one of the biggest components of that movie was Tom Hardy. Yeah, you know, that's why I was surprised he didn't get that much. You know, and not only that, look at Creed, same thing. You know, granted, it's a new character, like bringing in the franchise, but Rocky had some emotional depth to it too. Like his character had it, whatever. Mark, I'm not sure that his was as strong as the other two, in my opinion. You know, and I could see why people would have made it an issue, but I don't know about Michael Rappaport, like, you know, yelling and throwing shit though.
Yeah, but he's on Howard Stern often, and he's a showboat.
Exactly.
It's kind of annoying.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say.
Now, a question: Do you think that Leo deserved it for this particular role?
In my opinion,
because I think he should have won, even though supporting actor. My favorite, I think he should have won for Django. I thought he was awesome in that role.
In my opinion,
but he would have been supporting.
I know. I mentioned.
Yeah. Okay.
But still, that's still an Oscar.
It is. If they're gonna give it to him for a role, like okay.
If you were in charge, which role would you have given it to him?
He slammed his beer down, by the way. Okay.
If they're gonna give it to Leo, not this role. I mean, honestly, I know there's a lot of people out there that love him for it or think they deserve it, but come on, you have to be more subjective than that. You know, in my opinion, he shouldn't have gotten it for this role. I'm sure there's a much better role he'll get where he'll do a much better job. But this is, to me, amongst his most subpar performances.
Which one would you give him to him?
Strong words.
Wolf of Wall Street?
I would have given it to Wall Street. The only reason why he wasn't get Wall Street is because, in my opinion, Matthew McConaughey did a much better job than him. If Matthew McConaughey did not release a movie that year, it would have gone to Leo.
You know, I'm gonna disagree with you, and I'm gonna say that he did deserve it for this role because I feel like he conveyed a lot of emotion without a lot of speaking. I think he had to pretty much have half the movie. He can't really talk.
He grunts.
And you surely feel everything he's going through, and you feel for the guy.
Are we talking about The Revenant, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I feel like acting-wise, he did a hell of a performance on the movie. He carries that whole movie on his shoulders, and I know Tom Hardy was awesome as the villain and stuff, but you feel for him and you want him to get revenge, and you see where that guy's going through, you know, hell on earth just to keep himself alive in order to get revenge, and he portrays it just through his face half the movie, you know, and his anger and his grunty.
Oh man, now we're gonna we're gonna go there now. We're still gonna go there because
You think that's why the Academy gave it to him though? You really think, or they think he deserved?
Honestly,
like,
I think he could have done anything this year, and
Yeah.
they would have given it
Like-
to him because they feel like they fucked up and they owed him one.
similar thing happened. People think happened with Scorsese. Remember, he finally won for The Departed,
Yeah,
which arguably was that his best directed
not his best.
movie.
I
He
liked
finally
it,
got
but
I like Departed too, but I can't say it's his best.
But you know
movie.
what?
No,
he did
no.
better than the other ones. But the other directors that got nominated for the same category though.
Do you remember what other movies? What other directors were nominated that year?
You know what? I remember looking it up.
It was a 2008.
I'm gonna go look it up now.
I'm sorry, 2007. Okay.
I recall looking at the nominees, and I remember saying that even though everyone did a fine job, like it was the cream of the crop that year. But I don't think anyone did it any better than Scorsese, because I don't think he derived from anything he did. He just did whatever he knew he was doing, like a mob movie, whatever. And it was good at it, and it was honestly to me some of the best stuff he's done. So I think it was easy for them to give it to Scorsese because he did do such a good job that he earned it, And I think with Leo too is one of those things where it's like there was no clear front runner other than Leo, Granted, that's not his best one, but
yeah. But that's usual
yes,
Oscar
that's the
politics.
politics,
We
yeah.
fuck up one year, we'll make it up to you later on.
unfortunately, but who
You know
knows?
the handshake. That's
Yes,
how it works.
That's the politics.
Okay, the big surprise, how Mad Max cleaned house.
I think you got 6, right?
I believe 6 overall. Yes, I mean, of course, we were all hoping that he would get best director.
Best director.
And after and we called it when they started winning all the technical accolades. We said he's not gonna get the big director one because that's too much.
Yeah.
And he didn't. But
Didn't.
I was so stoked that Mad Max, like they brought it, man. They took a lot of hard work home that night.
Yeah, and of course they didn't win Best Picture. I never thought it was gonna win.
No.
I wished it would have won.
Nah,
But it didn't surprise me
if
if
the
it didn't
Oscars
win.
wanted to be edgy.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, but you know what? They'll never, in my opinion, they'll never dumb it down not dumb it down, but they'll never do it the way the Golden Globes do it. Because
No.
I think they want to remain that they want to maintain that
That's
prestige.
the prestige. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And
So they can't give it to a movie that might tarnish that.
And,
Exactly.
if I can recall, at least recent years,
Mhm.
the only time the super popular movie wins Best Picture was usually it's a historical movie. Have you noticed? Braveheart did well.
Titanic.
Titanic. Forrest Gump technically
Yeah.
has history in it.
Shakespeare in Love.
Shakespeare. No.
Let's not remind.
yeah, Shakespeare in Love, I guess you could call that.
Yeah, over a historical Spielberg movie.
Yeah, but Shakespeare in Love wasn't a big hit. It wasn't like the popular movie that year. I'm talking about like the one that made a lot of money and won the Oscar, like Titanic. It's rare.
Yeah.
Like this year, it was Spotlight, which didn't make anything.
Even though that was the Weinsteins just fucking paying everybody off that year.
I think box office wise, I think Mad Max is the one with the highest gross, right? Of the ones that were
Honestly,
nominated.
believe so. Yeah.
No, I think Revenant has passed it at this point. It's 170
Yeah, I
something
think- yeah,
because
'cause
of the nominations.
I think of all the nominated films in that category, those were the only two I believe that actually had a bit of a profit. Because remember, Mad Max did come out during the summer. And it was an action flick. Just
Yeah.
turned out to be
Yeah.
better than anything else that came
Yeah.
out.
It's
And the
usually
Revenant,
historical
right.
related though.
and the Revenant got that push because everybody wanted to see Leo and to see if that
Yeah.
was his best performance.
Mhm.
Because remember, a few years back, Avatar was nominated for Best Picture, didn't win, didn't deserve to win.
No.
But it was a big popular movie, but it didn't win because it was not historical. Back to the Future
It
was
wasn't?
nominated.
You know what?
Back to the Future was nominated for Best Picture, didn't
I
win.
have to rebut.
Star Wars was nominated, didn't win.
I think sci-fi historically
sci-fi
never does well ever.
Fantasy always has a chance, but
Fantasy-
never sci-fi for some reason.
Well, Lord of the Rings broke that. Finally, a fantasy movie won.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it took
Well,
them
that's
3
why I
tries
say it,
because
yeah.
they never give it to Fellowship of the
Yeah.
Ring.
That one
or-
felt a little bit too like they finally gave it to him because he deserved it after making those. Well,
Backroom
I mean, it's
deals,
really
baby.
one big movie if you think about it.
Backroom
Exactly.
deals. And the last thing we'll touch up on the Oscars is at the end when they do the whole special for the people who passed this year.
Oh yeah,
Somebody should be getting fired soon.
Hey, Vigora, come on, man.
they forgot.
How did they forget to put Abe Vigoda on there, man?
Yeah,
I love the way that their immediate excuses are, he died this year, but yet David Bowie and Alan Rickman were right there, and it was like
They
weeks
actually
apart.
died after him, didn't they? They died after him.
They died before
Or
him.
him,
Abe
right?
Vigoda just recently died.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just recently
but
died.
But I think it was on the
But
same
David
time
Bowie
frame.
died January, beginning of the year.
I'm actually gonna look it
I
up
think
right
it's
now.
February.
Him and
maybe.
Alan
I'm not
Rickman
sure.
died like a week apart. Because I remember there was the Eagles guy died David Bowie died. There was
Mhm.
like a bunch of musicians that died. Boom, boom,
I mean,
boom,
I
boom.
just thought that was
Okay,
kinda
Bowie
odd.
actually passed January 10th of this year.
Okay.
Let's look at Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman was probably the end of January.
January 14th.
Oh,
Exactly
so
4
4
days
days.
after.
Yeah.
Now let's look
Abe
at.
Pagoda.
Hey, Pagoda was very recent. I mean,
There
maybe
you
they
go.
really, maybe they created that package already for that, but
Mm.
they could throw in a little
Yeah.
clip if they needed to.
Oh, January 26th.
David Pagoda?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't that.
Oh,
They
this
had
year.
time.
They definitely had time.
They
yeah.
had over a month.
Mhm.
Someone screwed up,
Somebody
The same-
fucked up.
Yeah.
and he's in an Oscar-winning. He's in Godfather.
Yeah, he was in Good Burger too.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. He was in Look Who's Talking.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
Man.
Come on, you can they overlook that. Come on, man.
I used to love him always on Conan's old show. He would always come on for
He
skits.
Him. And remember Oldie Olsen? Rest
Old
in
Oldie
peace.
Olsen. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
world.
so that was so for Vigoda's family to actually feel cheated about that, whatever. I think that was warranted.
I mean, I'm sure that of course they're gonna put him for next year, but damn, that's fucked up.
There's always somebody they screw up or left out
Mhm.
or something. Remember last year everyone was complaining that what's her face wasn't on it. Joan Rivers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Technically she's in movies, you know.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs and whatever. I don't know.
Ooh.
I'm not a big Joan Rivers
You guys
fan,
see the
sorry.
poster for part 2?
Yeah, is that official?
It's official.
I heard it's official.
Yeah, it's
Search
called
for more
Spaceballs
money.
the poster. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
The teaser.
The teaser poster.
And it's like the what is it, Darth helmet?
It's a dark helmet.
Lord helmet, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
It's like all crushed like that.
I mean, that's another thing that's okay. Let's jump on a few next movies are coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. Then again, I'm getting old and I'm cynical and will it be good?
Well, I mean, this is not a work of art that is like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
you
Mel
want it to
Brooks
be. You
movie.
still want it to be good.
Oh, it's gonna be funny.
But Mel Brooks movies, some are better than others. There's been stinkers like Dracula, Dead and Loving It. Like we all love the classic Spaceballs and
Listen,
Blazing
man.
Saddles, but
at this point, I'll take
Robin
any
Men in
Mel.
Tights,
He hasn't
you know.
done Mel Brooks and he hasn't done a movie in forever. I'll take anything right now. I'm you know, I have a little bit of a fix I need from Mel Brooks. When was the last time he made a movie?
I'm
don't
staying
remember.
cautious on this one too because I think they had the same attitude with Zoolander. 'Cause they
Ugh.
thought that, I honestly think that the studios thought there was some money involved because it had a cult following.
Yeah,
So they
didn't.
so and it bombed. So I think that they might be doing the same thing. They think there's a cult following for Spaceballs, so they're thinking, okay, that's the money we're getting.
Spaceballs, I think will do better than Zoolander 2.
It's possible.
That they waited a little too long,
Mm-hmm.
and they underestimated Deadpool. It came out the same weekend as
Yes,
Deadpool, and
that's,
it got
that's
destroyed.
correct. That's correct.
And I've heard that it's actually the first one was good, bad, like stupid but good, stupid.
Yeah, and
I
people
heard
like
this one is really bad,
It resonated with
bad.
people. Yeah. But who's to say that it might do the same thing with Spaceballs?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's no different from Zoolander. Zoolander wasn't massive in the box office, but it gained a cult following enough that people were like, okay, you know, there's money in that cult following.
Yeah, like Anchorman 2.
Exactly. So who's to say that? I'm not saying that Spaceballs is going to disappoint. The sequel is going to disappoint. I'm just saying that it's very, very also possible
It's a possibility.
that people that there's good that the studio right now that's backing it is going to put some control on it because there's money to be involved because they think that the co-following is going to add equal to money.
Listen, I'm still waiting for History of the World Part 2. I got to see me some Hitler on ice. David? Just had a break.
No, yeah, it's right. It was titled Part 1, right?
Yeah, the History of the
Okay,
World
okay.
Part 1.
For a second, I thought it was titled Part 2 on purpose.
No, yeah, you're right. The last movie he made was Dracula Dead and
Yeah.
Loving in 95.
He's really old, though.
He is old.
And he's been doing a lot of plays and stuff like that.
Nah,
so.
he still got it, man. He still
And
got
you
it.
never know. You never know. It could be one of those.
Could be
And
George
you know what?
Miller.
It could now. As far as me saying that, I could be wrong. It could be an issue. It could be a scenario, just like with George Miller, where it was just stating in his system, in his creative system for a while that you know the minute he got that chance to make the movie, boom, his creative flow just
Maybe.
put all his creative
I'm
energy
pretty
into
sure
it.
that the super success of the new Star Wars movies is what made it go.
But I'm saying that you just never know.
Well, never know if it's
know.
going to be good? Oh, of course.
The world may never know.
Never know, but
Next topic, Batman v Superman.
yeah, it's good. Let's get there. It's Batman month. Batman v Superman.
Okay, I'm very, very cautious about that movie right now. Okay, I actually read an article that Hitflix actually published. Right, some guys from Hitflix actually had some sources in Warner Brothers saying that they've been screening. Like right now, whatever they edited right now, like rough cuts of Batman vs Superman to a screen audience, and the screen audience isn't responding the way they want it to. So right now they're worried because the thing is that even though the movie itself costs about 200 something to produce, with reshoots and with advertisements involved, I heard that it ballooned to $410 million.
If that's true, it's
officially
the most expensive movie.
It's officially the most expensive movie.
Yes, it is.
So now there's speculation here that they're very worried because
more money,
they need
more profit.
They need more profit to even break bank. So the whole idea here is that this movie needs to make $1 billion.
It needs to do Star Wars numbers for them to even make money.
Yeah, to make Star Wars numbers right now. I think is if they don't do it, the thing now, the rumor is that Zack Snyder will be out. Like if he can't produce that movie, whatever, he's not included into the DC universe anymore.
They're still going through with the Justice League movie though, right?
The Justice League movie is still going to continue to go through because they already have a whole slate.
He's not
already.
signed on? I thought he was signed on.
He's
also.
signed on, but the thing is, speculation here is that they're going to buy him out of his contract to get him out.
They're going to go with a different
probably get Ben Affleck.
Because right now the thing is, but the rumor also here is that there's two characters right now that do well in that's going to be received well, that got received well by these test audiences. One is, believe it or not, Lex Luthor, that received well, and Batman.
I heard Wonder Woman.
And Ben Affleck's. I didn't hear anything about that or read anything about that, but I heard Ben Affleck's Batman is so good and so well received that they said that as they continue on, it's gonna be a Batman-led universe.
Well, he's their bread and butter.
Exactly.
Ben Affleck's Academy Award-winning director,
right? And historically,
and producer,
and historically, Batman's always been a good money maker for Warner Bros. So they're always that's a sure bet for them.
And you guys saw any of those? There's like rumors and posts going up that he's actually sitting in his chair in Batsuit rewriting the script because he doesn't like the way things are coming out.
Yeah, and Chris Terrio, I think it's Chris Terrio, the screenwriter that wrote the movie, whatever, it was actually his co-writer for Argo, you know? But apparently, like, even then, it's one of those things where he's actually, Warner Bros. Allowing him control, so there's another speculation now where, like, this is giving him so much that he might be the main architect for the DC universe, the same way Kevin Feige is for Marvel.
Yeah. Well, they should. They need an architect. They can't just go like film to film and letting the directors for hire like fill in the holes. That's how they fall into chaos and nothing merging. Marvel set the tone. They have to follow Marvel's top. Now they're the ones who are choosing to cram everything and turn this Batman Superman into Justice League light.
Marvel set the model for the extended universe. But this is the thing. I'm not a pro Marvel, pro DC. I don't care as long as it's a good movie. What I have to say about it is that DC, their first couple of movies that consider the universe, their tone is always darker.
Yes.
That's how they want to separate themselves from Marvel. And then they make this movie, and then when people don't respond to the lighter, fluffier Marvel, then they panic. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they know what I don't think they know what they want.
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing. They need to learn to stick to their guns because all of a sudden Deadpool comes along.
Yeah. And
it's hard rated R, and it can do both.
It can be rated R, and it could be
lighthearted and raunchy.
Yeah.
You know.
But nobody wants to see that kind of Superman movie.
David, but all you have to do is stick to. They didn't invent this. This comes from books that have been written out. Frank Miller wrote these stories pretty much to an extent. They're the ones who are now turning this into Justice League Light. Originally, this was going to be an adaptation of The Dark Knight, sort of, you know, the Batman versus Superman. That's a Frank Miller story. The story's there. The layout is there. The tone is super dark as it gets. They're the ones who need to either stick to the script, which is funny because they got Zack Snyder, who is nothing but a frame-by-frame adaptation master. He doesn't go about and say, those 300, Watchmen. Those aren't his angles and stories.
I know, he follows it.
It looks like page by page by the book. So they got the right guy for it. Now they're the ones who want to freak out and catch up to Marvel, and Marvel has practically 10-year leadway of building up their universe, and these guys want to do it in 2 movies or 1 movie. You can't do that.
Well, I've always said this about Marvel too. I don't think they're really like thinking. I think a lot of what they're doing is hindsight, because it's true what you just said, and I totally agree with you. The Dark Knight Returns story that Batman and Superman are getting most of their story from, whatever, is a dark movie. I mean, a dark story. But it is a Batman story, so that's why it's dark in its nature, whatever. And this is actually they're trying to make it more of a Justice League movie, which really doesn't work because you're dealing with like a dark story and you're making all the characters dark in the process. And I think they don't know that. I mean, I don't think they realized it, right? And another thing about that too, as far as what you had said earlier about how they're trying to like catch up with Marvel. The thing is, Marvel always been ahead of it. And kudos to them because that's a huge undertaking, especially when you're thinking years down the road. Warner Brothers right now, all they're doing is panicking, where they're kind of working ass backwards. They're trying to get everybody together and then do the stories first without establishing any characters and getting to know who the characters are, so that you see the big surprise when they're together. So I feel like, this is all it is just a movie just to respond to Marvel, not necessarily just
I agree,
going off and like, okay, let's creatively make something and then have so many people enjoy it. It's more like we have to catch up to Marvel because they're beating us on our game. I'm like, no, they started that game first, and they have to like either match it or do something better than that, but don't go backwards.
Don't try to do too much and overwhelm people with with your first movie. You're trying to set the tone in your timetable. Don't overwhelm people and turn them off already with the first film.
Did that article specifically say what the reaction they're getting, like the specifics of why they don't like the reaction?
I didn't read that specifically because again, it's someone from Hitflix that that heard sources, whatever, that they say that it's not. They didn't say specifically why. They never got to that point. All they said was that if things don't work out, that things might change on the who's in charge of like making these movies. Like for example, from what I understand, Zack Snyder's name is on the chopping block.
That's crazy to me. It's like he's on the chopping block, really? Because the studio wigs, want to keep throwing their 2 cents. Like we've spoken about this so many times, and you know what's funny? Because we had a similar conversation. I don't know which podcast it was or video special about how Fox pretty much did that shit with Fantastic Four and all their superhero movies always going to shit because they're always they don't know what they want. They don't know what tone to go. They always want to go the darker tone.
I think they want to go through the trend because the thing about I think this is not just 20th Century Fox and Warner Bros. Per se. I think it's mostly just any like studio. When a movie, especially when a specific genre goes successful, they think that's the formula.
Yeah.
And then it applies for everybody. For example,
Nolan's Batman,
exactly,
and everything, even Man of Steel got turned serious.
Yeah, and that's why there's a lot of flack right now with the movie studios now because since Deadpool was a rated R film, a superhero film that was successful, now all the movies want to be rated R.
Yeah, Hollywood always jumps on.
Wouldn't it be funny that
whatever bandwagon?
If Fox, after all the shit they took for Fantastic Four, all the shit they took for Wolverine and all the questionable X-Men films and shit, now they hit their stride with Deadpool and they get a lot of pats on the back, and now it seems like they're already working on getting the Deadpool sequel going. And
they want X-Force now because
they want X-Force. Wouldn't it be funny if now Fox gets their shit together and Warner Brothers just can't do shit with all the big names and all the money?
Can you imagine if the opening of Deadpool was actually larger than the one of Batman? That would destroy them.
That would be, but you know what?
Because projections now are saying as low as 100 million, which for a movie like that,
if that were to happen,
410 million.
If that were to happen, I tell them, you know what? Sell all your DC rights to Disney and just let them own everything and fucking just let Disney.
I think Disney would buy it.
Disney needs to make every movie ever.
They will own every awesome property out there. It's like
I gotta admit, in the comic book world, I grew up with Superman. Superman's my personal favorite. I know you like Batman and I like Batman.
Yes.
But I gotta admit, that final trailer the Batman in that movie seemed the best part of it, though.
Oh, absolutely. The whole beginning was the best part.
When he jumps off the drone and he beats the shit out of everybody in there.
And did you notice, okay, You never seen Batman fight like that.
No.
Oh
That's
no.
George Miller. George Miller's Batman. He's big and brooding, and he's
Frank
just.
Miller, Frank Miller.
I mean, I'm
Slamming
sorry,
it,
George, Frank Miller. I got Mad
just
Max
like
in my head.
He's big and
wrestling
he's just
moves.
very
He is
aggressive.
just he cracking heads, breaking necks.
That guy
one
goes right to the
punch and
floor.
you're done. Yes, and like I said, Zack Snyder, straight from the comic pages. That's what you get. I think Batman is going to be like
Yeah.
the shit in this movie, and he's a huge Batman fan. Zack Snyder. He even tried to. I mean, this is a Batman v Superman. You're gonna be able to tell that it's gonna be like Batman fan service. He just wants to get to the Batman parts, and you can kind of tell from the trailers. It's all about how cool Batman looks and how
I
cool
think
all his toys are.
And you know why people are responding to that too is because you never seen Batman that physical in any film. With Tim Burton, you never seen him that like brute and force.
no.
And in Christopher Nolan, forget it. All his scenes, all those physical scenes he ever had were some of the worst choreographed scenes in any Batman film.
It
Don't
was
get me
all
wrong.
shaky cam.
Yeah. Now, the Christopher Nolan films were great, whatever, but when it comes to physicality of Batman actually
The fighting
fighting
scenes.
they were actually
First,
amongst.
especially Batman Begins had all that choppy cut. You don't know what the
Yeah,
hell's
super
going on.
close up.
Very-
It's
Yeah,
like
the first one. Yeah,
Yeah,
especially.
it was.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that's the only. I think the only problem that people didn't like about the Christopher Nolan films was that all the choreographed fighting over there was some of the worst. Now that you've seen how brute he fights, whatever, that's what I think people are responding to, and you could tell it's leaning towards Batman more. You know, so they're trying to make him look
absolutely.
cool and not worried about Superman so much.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
Snyder can do fighting. Obviously, he can do fighting well.
Yeah, but who's to say he's gonna do that? I mean, here's the thing. When I saw the trailer, it made it clear to me this is about Batman.
well, you got to think about it.
They have to sell a new Batman, so they really want you to. It's a new Batman. They
And
got the
it-
old
And I think
Superman.
it's because they filled on
They
Superman.
got a new Batman.
And it's
Batman,
Batman. It's a huge star.
The
They
last
have to-
Batman movies were
Fantastic.
Dark Knight was like the number
Incredible.
3 movie at one
Yeah,
point.
it's incredible.
So they have to, the hard sell is Ben Affleck.
But
and he seems
also,
to be working right
since
now.
this is technically really leading up to the Justice League
Yeah.
movies, he is pretty much the leader of the Justice League. So they kind of have to put him right off the bat as the guy who's getting everybody together.
And I love that you bring that up too because that's okay. How you bring up Batman being the person bringing the entire Justice League together, whatever, is almost parallel behind the scenes, because one of the reasons why you think the movie's is not doing well, whatever, is because there's no architect involved, whatever, right? But now that they want to give Ben Affleck a little bit more power because of the fact that he is an Academy Award winning producer, like he's done good movies, whatever, that they might choose him to lead that off. Especially the fact that you guys mentioned that he was in the bat suit changing lines
Yeah.
and changing dialogue, whatever, and just changing the script, whatever, shows how much power he
Just
has
think about it.
within that.
Zack Snyder's sitting there. He's the director doing all this shit. All of a sudden,
And
Ben
then your
Affleck.
star is changing your script.
Not only that, your star is a better director than you are. He has
exactly.
an Oscar for
Snyder's a good visual director. He's not known for.
For substance at all.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
and believe it or
yeah.
not, Ben Affleck. I mean, Argo and The
Town.
Town.
He's awesome.
I love the movie The Town.
He's a better
Town,
director
yeah.
than an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, I give it
He
to
was
him.
on.
He's
I
awesome.
wish he didn't back out of The Stand. He was gonna make The Stand movie.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been epic. But whatever.
But think about it. I think Warner Bros. Right now will take that advantage and offer him. We'll throw money at him just to save that franchise. Trust
Bro,
me.
I
DC will
if-
be saved because
if-
of Ben Affleck.
If they were smart, after this movie comes out, whether it hits the number of expectations that they want or not, if they really want to do this shit legit, when they get to the Justice League trilogy or whatever they're planning for, go balls out and let the guy that originally was supposed to do it years back, George Miller, direct that
yeah.
fucker. You imagine a George Miller nowadays
Maybe.
Justice League movie?
There was a speculation or a rumor I read somewhere or heard somewhere that they wanted George Miller to do Man of Steel 2.
Well, he was supposed to do Justice League a while back.
It
Wow.
was
back.
Justice League Dark, but it never came about. But they had cast people,
Yeah.
but they never went through with it because I got on the turnaround.
Just thinking about it, like fucking
Yeah, but
mind
now
is blown.
but George Miller now is an Academy Award nominated director. So who's to say? And thing is, the fact that he's able to like make a live action film with very little like visual effects and a good production team from Australia, who's to say they won't hire him for something like
Think
that?
about it. Bring him on board. Tell him to call his boy Mad Max up. Let him be Darkseid.
Oof.
It's over. You imagine
That'd
Tom
be a
Hardy
good
as
idea.
Darkseid and oh god.
Well, if it's
When it-
true that
And
he's
the
on
selling
the,
point is perfect from the director of Mad Max Fury
Yes,
Road,
people
Man
love
of
it.
Steel 2
People
or
love
Justice
it.
League 1.
yeah, well, if it's true that Zack Snyder's in jeopardy, then if they axe him, they're probably gonna go to the next big director.
I mean, I hope he's not to the point where he's like, I'm too old for this shit. I'm kind of done with that. Because he's too busy now doing the other Mad Max movies. But my God,
he has experience with
That would
visual
be
effects
awesome.
because he did
Happy Feet.
he did both Happy Feet
Babe,
movies.
Pig in the City, baby. Oh no,
Yeah, that's right.
oh, that's not what.
No, he did the second. He did the second Babe. He did the second Babe.
No.
Pig in the City. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
Pig in the
Yeah,
City.
sorry. The first one was just Babe, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was just Babe.
Yeah.
I just think, but it's true what you said. It's true not true what you said, because George Miller right now is going to be a hot commodity because of the fact that he's able to do something like that. He's able to play with visual effects and actually do a big action production like that. You know, so can you imagine? But the selling point of having George Miller there, whatever, I think would be awesome for Warner Bros. Because it's almost saying, okay, you know, we're gonna not only will we have a big superhero film regarding a major superhero they haven't seen, like, okay, Aquaman's already being done by Justin Lin, whatever. But imagine Man of Steel or Batman or another Justice League movie by George Miller, the master himself. You know, I think that, and mind you, I'm pretty sure he's not, like, I don't think he has anything else on his plate other than another Mad Max.
Bro, I could envision the first trailer if that happened from the director of Mad Max Fury Road, and then
That's
the
all you
visuals coming.
need.
All you're
All
gonna
you
see is
need.
like nut hitting the screen from every angle. It was gonna be ridiculous.
Exactly. What do you? That's perfect. That's perfect. I mean,
Ugh.
you able to sell Man of Steel saying, "Oh yeah, he was director of Watchmen and 300." You get me?
Get the guy to do the score from Mad Max.
Oof.
What's his name? We were talking about him the other day.
Junkie. something.
Junkie XL.
Junkie XL.
He's,
Oh
Junkie
my
XL is
God.
doing the score for Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He is.
Beautiful.
Him and
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer.
And then Zimmer.
Oh my God, I'm
Yeah,
buying
but-
that already.
Yeah, but you know what Zimmer said? But I don't think Zimmer would do another movie with another one because Junkie XL can do it on his own.
What I think is, I think Hans Zimmer is staying with the Batman theme, Superman theme, and then XL is probably doing all the new Batman stuff.
Yeah,
to
because
separate it.
I read somewhere too that Hans Zimmer is kind of feeling weird because he already done one for Batman. He's doing another one for him.
He did Superman too. He did Man of Steel.
Exactly.
They released the track of the battle, and it has the theme, has the Superman music from Man of Steel mixed with the new theme of Batman. But I read somewhere that the production of Justice League is like a few months away. If this movie doesn't do well, I think they'll postpone that. If they're gonna change the director, they're gonna push that back because they
If
bring
the
a
rumors
director.
are true, again, these are rumors,
Yeah,
whatever.
if
But
they
the thing
bring
is,
a
it
new
shows
director.
a shit
He
about
needs time to prep his changes.
It's true. It's
It'd
true.
be stupid for them to start shooting with a new director and the director doesn't come in and do his own thing. Because that's what they did with The Hobbit. When
Now,
Guillermo del
I've-
Toro left, they brought in Peter Jackson. He didn't have enough time to prep shit, and it showed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of it was CG stuff.
Now
'cause
again,
they hadn't time to build
a lot
sets.
of what I've said too is it's all a rumor, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is someone that I probably from like where I read this from, where I heard this from is from actual sources, kind of thing. Whatever. Not that they spoke to me. I mean, I obviously went to a website for this, but it really does kind of like hinder the expectation now. Because everybody had high hopes because thinking, okay, you know, Batman vs Superman fighting for the first time on the screen is perfect. Ben Affleck is Batman. I want to see that. But now that I'm hearing this, whatever, almost kind of like makes me think, okay, this is probably one of those movies where like
All hype, bloated,
it's
Hollywood.
all hype, whatever. So I'm walking in here thinking, expecting a good movie, and getting one that's terrible.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, because thing is, if it is terrible and not what everyone expected, that word of mouth will fly.
We'll see.
Oh, yeah, of
Because you
course.
know how when they do these screenings, these test screenings, a lot of amazing movies that are awesome now had bad test screenings, and you never know. And I think they're nervous because it cost $400 million. That's the
course.
bottom line. Deadpool was what, $58 million. They weren't fucking nervous.
Yeah, they want balls out.
They would have made $58 million.
Yeah,
they would have made their $58 million back if it bombed.
That was not.
Less money, they don't care. But when it's $400 million, then they're worried.
You know, I hope that doesn't happen to Deadpool too. That it's such a cash cow that now they play it safe for the sequel.
Yeah,
But you,
That-
but you
that
see-
worries
you've
me.
seen
doesn't
that trend.
undermine everything.
But you've seen the trend though, whatever, because of the fact that it went rated R. The next Wolverine movie
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
pushing for
Yeah.
R. There's an R-rated cut now that they want to produce for
Yeah.
the Blu-ray the Blu-ray version for Batman vs Superman.
And
So-
I wonder exactly.
What are they omitting from the PG-13?
I'm saying Superman
Yeah.
doesn't bleed. Well, unless somehow he makes him bleed.
Yeah.
And Batman doesn't really kill anybody unless they change that. the R is probably gonna be
Well,
just
didn't
bullshit.
he
And
slaughter like?
they didn't have Wonder Woman naked.
Yeah, but isn't that a
on
Batman
screen.
thing? He doesn't technically kill anybody.
No, he doesn't use weapons and he doesn't kill people. Yes.
Even though I'm sure people might die if you think about it in the hospital, but I'm saying he doesn't shoot anybody.
No.
With-
Well, they already broke that rule because in this one he has a machine gun or something. He's shooting.
Yeah.
In the
who knows?
trailer, at least, yeah. I never
I think
seen
he's
him
shooting at Superman.
Still, he never uses a machine gun or any kind of weapon like that. So
Yeah,
it's
but
kind of like okay.
Superman is, I guess he doesn't care.
But I think with the R-rated the R-rated trend thing going on, whatever, it's who's to say that's gonna like. I wonder how it's gonna affect the movies coming out after Batman vs Superman.
They're gonna overdo it.
They're gonna overdo it.
They're gonna do unnecessary rated R
Typical
movies.
Hollywood thing where they
I mean, Suicide Squad might have it because it's necessary, given the fact that it's a movie about villains.
The younger kids love the fact that it's rated R.
They should do Suicide Squad R.
And they don't realize that when we grew up in the 80s and the 90s, all the good action movies were rated R. Terminator 2 was rated R. It was the highest grossing movie in 1991.
Yep. Hey, people.
The Matrix movies were all R.
People tend to forget it. It wasn't even that long ago.
And then the superhero movies came in, and they were all
Blade
PG-13.
started the whole thing
Yeah,
right
Blade.
off the bat with rated R.
Hard R, Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that thing they put up yesterday? It was like all the best parts of the trilogy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've seen
I mean,
Yeah.
when it's a character from a
The
book
Crow
that
was
is
a comic
dark
book.
and R, make it dark and R.
People
When
forget
it's
about
a
The Crow.
when
The
it's a
Crow.
colorful, happy story, don't make it
colorful,
R.
yeah.
Remember The Crow? Rated R. That wasn't rated R. That was
Yeah,
comic.
yeah, but that was like a freaking
Graphic novel.
a Dark Horse.
Yeah, but it was
novel,
still a
which
comic.
I think
It was based on a comic.
yeah, of
rated
course.
R.
But
I'm actually curious to see how that turns out too now, because I mean, Marvel would never go R. That's for a fact. You know,
And they don't need to.
they don't need to. I think they're successful just as
Marvel
They
doesn't
can
need
make
to do any.
They made
Winter
a
Soldier was an adult movie,
and they still
it-
maintain
and it was fun for kids, and it was
And
serious.
it felt
but-
like a rated R movie.
Yeah.
They don't have
They
to
don't
be
need
R.
to. They don't.
Yeah.
Marvel doesn't
Yeah.
need to abide or copy.
Well, by Marvel you mean
anybody.
Disney Marvel, right? Because they
Marvel is
technically
Disney.
are
not
No,
20th
doesn't
century.
matter.
Not
I know,
20th
but
century.
Deadpool's R. They already did
Yeah.
a rated R movie.
No, not 20th century Marvel.
but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not
Century
I'm
Fox
saying with
Marvel.
Disney Marvel,
Yes.
the Marvel
Yeah.
Studios.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel Studios. Yeah.
Speaking of which, you just caught up with Daredevil season 1 right on time for season 2
Yeah,
coming
I
up.
caught up.
I know you haven't seen it yet.
I just
I'm not
watched
gonna say
episode
anything.
one,
No.
and you guys need to give me a break because that's a
I
hard
mean,
undertaking to
it was
begin
good.
with.
I'm stoked with the trailers for season 2.
Yeah.
Have you seen them or no?
Yeah, with Punisher.
Did you see the second one with Elektra?
The one that she shows up at the end and she's like, "Hi," and she's in his house.
No, it's like a whole fight scene with
Oh,
ninjas.
I saw
I've
the
seen it.
part 1 trailer. It was
Oh,
like to be continued.
yes,
I
yes,
saw
yes.
part. I didn't see part 2 trailer.
There's two. There's one focus on Punisher and one focus
Yeah.
on Elektra.
I saw only the one that was Punisher focused.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
looks
for
good?
this. Yeah, it looks good. I mean,
If DC wants to do rated R shit, do it on Netflix. Why not? Marvel's doing it.
Netflix has changed the game for so many different things. I mean, look what's happening. Marvel, baby, they're the ones who set the tone for
And
everything.
Daredevil is the most watched show on Netflix right now.
It's well done.
I mean, now from Daredevil, only one season, they're already spinning out like 3 more Netflix TV shows. Okay, you're gonna have Jessica Jones already
Yeah.
has its own, but Jessica Jones is spawning
Like
out.
Johnny, the Cage guy, right?
Yeah, they're spawning
They
out.
already
the
cast
Kate-
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist already got casted, so they're gonna do the Defenders eventually. So they're gonna have Jessica Jones has her own series, Daredevil has their own series, Luke Cage is getting his own series, which is already shooting.
Johnny Cage, I said.
Johnny Cage. Punisher is not gonna get his own because he's going to be part of their Daredevil season this year, and then get his own shit. So it's like, man, Marvel sets the tone and the example for everybody. Even though I don't watch any of it, DC's been doing it right, supposedly on TV for a long time, but I don't watch any of it because I feel like it's more like
Oh, the
kiddie washed.
CW ones like Arrow and Flash.
They're
Yeah.
huge though.
I know.
I mean, Kevin Smith,
I know.
he's directing an episode this year.
Like
'cause he's such a
Smallville,
big
so
fan
I never
of-
watched any of those.
Well, look at Supergirl, whatever is on
Supergirl,
Supergirl, yeah.
CBS, and she's doing big apparently.
Man, I mean, I don't give it enough a shot. But
I saw
I
pieces of the
tried
first
watching Flash. I saw 2 episodes. I just can't do it. It's too fucking hokey for me. I like the hardcore
Smallville.
shit.
I never watched Smallville.
Yeah, it's like once the cast is all teenagers, you already lost me. I'm like,
Dawson Creek superheroes.
oh yeah, that's what I get from it.
That's what
But
I
hey,
feel
they
like
get huge
Supergirl
ratings though.
is.
They
Yeah.
get huge ratings though.
But I think they do cater to a different type of.
It is.
Maybe they're not initiated with
That's the
comic books
13 to
necessarily.
17 demographic.
Yeah.
They want teenage, tween.
And I do think that the demographic that watches those shows aren't exactly like versed in like superhero like comic book dumb kind of thing. They just kind of like just want to watch a good
It's just
show.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the next season of Daredevil is probably going to be even better because the first season is basically a prequel, and he becomes Daredevil. It's kind of like Daredevil Begins.
Yeah, he only wears a suit.
He finally
like
becomes Daredevil in the last episode. So now he's already full Daredevil. He already knows what he's gonna do. Everyone already kind of knows who he is. He's already in the papers. It's already like, boom. It's like the beginning. So hopefully this season will be like the Dark Knight of Daredevil.
Even though you weren't a big fan of it too much, but I love Kingpin in season 1.
Oh, I liked him. That's the only thing that annoyed me a little bit was the way he
Speaking
spoke.
pattern?
That was it. Yeah, you get used to it after a while, but he pauses a lot. He's kind of like Kiefer Sutherland in Dark City.
Oh yes,
The
I
strangers
can see.
come. But he's a great actor. I love him.
He's awesome.
He looks like Kingpin. He's a good actor.
And you
kind of
fear
feel
him.
sad for him.
Yes, you actually care for him.
He'll snap at you and he'll just pound you. Then you kind of feel bad for him. You kind of feel sad for him.
Yes.
And he has a kind of a relationship on the side that's believable.
They give you an actual villain that you're like, you can relate to him, even though
He's
he's
one
doing
of those
terrible
villains,
things.
A well-written villain where he's not just bad guy. He actually thinks he's doing something good. But he's,
But he's
But
bad.
He's bad. He does. He's
killing
a
people,
villain. He's still a villain. Yeah.
like he's like this much different from the
I'm
superhero.
doing this for Hell's Kitchen. By killing everybody else. It's like, yes, I get it.
He's not just a bad guy out of nowhere. Like, I have a bomb in the city. I'm gonna kill everybody. You know what I mean? He's more like the Joker, where you kind of understand him.
There's a method behind
He has
madness.
he has a reason he's doing it. He just has a warped version of the reason. But it was good. I'm excited for the second one. It comes out soon, I think, March 20 something. And the Pee Wee Herman movie comes out in a few weeks.
Did you see the trailer?
Of course.
The last one? What do you think?
I'm gonna watch it, of course.
Oh, of course we're gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
let's see it.
But it's a movie.
Yes, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's not a show. It's a movie.
I'm sorry, the new Pee Wee Herman movie. Yeah, Big Holiday. Yeah. That's the movie he's been trying to make. It went to Netflix.
God, I love Netflix. The first trailer had me like, eh. The second trailer took me right
The
back
first
to...
one just had him waking up in his house, right?
Yeah, you didn't know what to expect. It was like kind of like...
No, this one had him like interacting with weirdo people.
Yeah, this one just straight up felt like Big Adventure.
And it's
in a way.
gonna be him interacting with modern day. How
How funny was that trailer when it first starts? And it has the guy from... Oh, God. I know him from True Blood, but the guy that's like with Jessica... I mean, with this lady, Valgara or whatever. That big-ass guy.
Yeah. Like,
Forget
his
his name now.
I forgot his name. Yeah.
He's just trying to make him like a macho man or whatever.
I forgot his
was like,
name.
how funny is this shit, dude?
Yeah.
You saw the trailer or no?
I haven't seen the trailer.
He
you
was,
gotta see this.
I mean, back before he was famous, he was the bully in the original Spider-Man.
God, was he?
Flash Thompson.
Was he Flash
Yeah.
Thompson, really?
Yeah,
with,
look
with
it
no,
up.
With no facial stubble.
Yeah, and like 15 years younger. He was Flash Thompson. He's the one that, yeah?
I only know him as a werewolf from the True Blood series.
Yeah, what's his name? I don't know. He did that Schwarzenegger movie where the DEA agents
Let me see. Let me look it up.
sabotage. He's in the Magic Mike movies too.
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's him.
Pee-wee's Big Holiday.
Does he have a big role or is he just like a
Joe
Magellano? Yeah, Google him and you'll see him shaved and much younger. He was a Spider-Man. He scroll up to 2001.
Did you know?
Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah.
Spider-Man
He was
2002.
the boyfriend that he gets in a fight with. Flash Thompson.
Let me see a pic of this guy.
You have to Google it. Let me get my phone.
What's his name?
Joe Magellano or something.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Interesting.
He's married to Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Are they married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tapping out ass.
Debonaires. He's also in what's that movie's name? In Magic Mike XXL.
Yeah, he's in the first one too. He's one of the. Okay, here we go. Spider-Man. Because remember we said he looked like there he is.
Oh my God, he looks weird.
15 years ago.
Holy shit. That's hilarious,
But
bro.
what difference a beard makes?
Yes.
Man. So anybody hearing this,
Yeah, and
Google
much
him.
older.
Google him back in the day, And he looks like a dweeb, man. Like, seriously, I'd beat him up. And now he has, like, this majestic beard, whatever. And, like...
Man, talk about
huge.
a perfect example of what exactly a man beard can do for a person.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time.
Damn, he looks like
And
a
he's married to
total
Sofia Vergara, man.
Only because
so,
of the beard. That's why she's like, don't you ever
Yeah.
shave that shit off. Oh, it's over.
So,
Oh, he's shaved kind of
gentlemen,
there. He's just
Oh, it's over, Poppy.
gentlemen, grow a beard.
Go to the thing. Does it have his age? Sometimes they don't have it.
1970.
He's 39. So that means when he did Spider-Man, he was like 21, 22. He's
Yeah.
a little bit older than us.
Damn.
Actually, he was older. He was like 24. So
Awesome.
honestly,
So you guys want to touch up on anything else?
thinking of Batman vs Superman is coming up this month already. Damn.
Yeah, then we
I mean,
have...
I'm sure we'll do one right before the summer starts for the big summer movies.
Uh-huh.
Like, what's gonna kick it off? Civil War.
Civil War looks... Oof.
It's gonna do great.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
man.
awesome.
You
It'll
know-
probably. I think it's gonna actually do better than the second Avengers. Probably have a bigger opening than the second Avengers.
I think it's going to be more critically acclaimed, too, because I'm also reading something where, like, they did a test screening for that one, and people were actually torn, because at the end, there's no clear, you know... I wouldn't say winner.
It just continues.
It not only continues, but like you know how there's I mean the main story here is it's Captain America's I guess his insight or his point of view of like how things are being run versus Iron Man.
Man's.
So at the end you're still kind of like torn between them because they both each have a point and they
Valid
do things to like do things that I guess goes against the argument kind of thing. Where like at the end there's no clear winner here. So I think that's what's making the story compelling. That's what I'm reading right now. That
I just have ultimate faith in the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my God.
they fucking blew me
The
away.
Winter Soldier, I expected to be that good at all.
No,
I
saw that.
I
I
thought
mean,
it was fantastic.
I
The
was
opening
like,
scene there, he sold me when he was kicking ass people on the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, man,
that's
you know-
what you do with Captain America in the modern
Yes.
day. You
No,
make
no.
him freaking special forces.
Like a
Not
spy,
even, not,
yeah.
only that, not only that too. When he fought the Winter Soldier on the street, whatever that street fight.
yes.
What?
Oh yeah.
Imagine
the
now
whole
with all
finale,
the
the
Avengers,
whole-
forget it.
the scope of that movie got huge at the end, and the ships were shooting each other. They were
Mm-hmm.
crashing. It's like that's Avengers style.
Yeah,
Yes.
now and these guys, the same guys are gonna do it.
Now this one, I know they have some of the Avengers, but
I mean, you got a taste of it just in that one quick
There's no,
scene where they're beating the shit out of Iron Man.
is it Avengers light? Like it's not gonna have Thor, right?
it's not
as
gonna
far as
have
we
Thor. It won't have Mark Ruffalo, but it will have Ant Man.
And I've seen him already. He's in the Super Bowl
Yeah.
spot. You see him standing there, Ant-Man with them.
And
It's
his
Ant-Man,
costumes
Black
changed
Panther.
too.
Yeah, it's more
Slightly
like
Costume
better.
changed.
I like the Ant-Man inclusion. We can talk about it. I thought Ant-Man was good.
I
It was
love
a
that
fun
man.
movie.
Yep.
It was a good introduction.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go. It was big, but not over the top big. It was a simple story. And
No,
the
it was
big,
a heist film.
The heist, and then what was big about it was the effects.
Yeah.
The Honey Shrunk the Kid modern
Very
day
well
stuff.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, this is also exciting, but with the Black Panther, that guy's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
On screen,
Oh
he's
my
going
God.
to be freaking awesome.
You know what I read also too about Black Panther is that his role's so huge that people are gonna leave the movie anticipating that movie.
Yep.
And I saw Vision too in the Super Bowl spot. He's there, so maybe
Yes.
he'll do something this time.
Yeah, he might do finally.
He just floated around with his cape.
So much awesomeness.
They have a
gonna be in
comic
that
book
movie.
on
It's
the
gonna be-
Visions now.
Yeah. By the way, guys, that movie comes out the 6th. My birthday's
Your
the
birthday.
4th.
You always
so-
have a Marvel movie on your birthday.
Yeah,
I know,
you
son
Iron
son
Man
of a gun.
3, Avengers, now Captain
Exactly.
America.
And I expect you guys to
3.
be there. Iron Man 3, yeah. So I bet you guys too. That's all I want for my birthday.
I'm
Just
calling it
watch.
Avengers 2.5 because it's going to be
It is.
huge.
It is.
It's
That's what they call it. They
basically
said that. That's what they
Avengers
said. Because all the
2.5.
characters
Avengers
are
2.5, The Smell of Fear. I've been watching all the Naked Gun movies, ironically, before this guy died.
Oh yeah.
I have this weird power. I remember when Christopher Reeve
Keep that
died,
power away from
I had just finished watching all the old Superman movies, and the day after he died, it was so weird.
Then stop watching old movies.
These
Yeah,
actors are
no.
calling him, "Hey, don't play any of my shit."
I'm telling you, we have the power. That's a script idea. We brought Fred Decker back from the grave.
Oh yes, that's true.
Tom Atkins, man, he's gonna make a comeback.
Tom
He's
Atkins.
gonna be, oh,
Can you
that's it.
imagine if? Imagine if he's a Marvel movie villain. That would be great.
No.
You know, he needs to bring him back from the dead. Who would do it? Tarantino. He always gets these old school actors, B movies, and bring them back.
Tarantino, if you're listening to this, please bring him back. Please bring him back.
Maybe he'll be in Predator. He'll be like the old man that's telling the story.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Because it's still not clear whether it's a sequel or is it a reboot. They kind of did that already. It's called
I-
The Predators.
I think it's gonna be a reboot. I don't see how.
Unofficially
I
a
don't-
reboot?
I
'Cause
think so.
The Adrian Brody one was unofficially a reboot.
But
You never know,
I
man.
don't know. I don't know.
Because the thing is, after Fantastic Four, they might do another reboot. I mean, Spider-Man is going to a
Yeah,
third
well,
reboot. Come
Well, hopefully
on.
it keeps the Fred Decker.
Oh, by
and-
the way,
and-
yeah, that's
and-
another character that's secretly
Black.
in Civil War, and they can't show him yet.
Who?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, I
They're
know.
waiting. They're
They're
waiting.
waiting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna
And
be
mind you, Maze Runner,
incredible.
I mean,
Because they're starting
we're
to
in
film
March.
that now, Spider-Man.
Yeah, we're in March now. The movie comes on in like in 2 months from now.
Yeah.
So like now we have to see some. We're gonna see promotion
You think
eventually.
it's going to be an actual movie or it's going to be a credit thing?
I think he's gonna be in there, just not significantly.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna be
I think he's going to be
significant.
there as the human part. I mean, the human part. As the Peter Parker part.
Mm-hmm.
No, they'll show
And at
his
the
ass in
end, I
costume.
think he's going to be after credit thing.
I doubt that.
The Spider-Man
so.
is going to be the after credit.
I don't think so. I
don't
think
think
he
so.
is
I
gonna
think-
be in it, but
He's not
small
key,
role.
He's not a key
Like,
character.
he'll probably be in a few scenes.
As Spider-Man or just Peter
Yes,
Parker?
because they have to introduce you that people get used to it. We have Spider-Man now,
I know.
and there's more shit coming later. So they'll let him play a little bit, and then
Isn't
They're
there-
definitely gonna have a
read a
cliffhanger.
rumor.
They're gonna have a cliffhanger.
I don't know if it was a rumor or a fan speculation that since Peter Parker's kind of like a nerd, that he's going to be like an intern with Tony Stark, and that's how they're tying it in. Like he's a scientist, he's helping Tony Stark or something. Like an
another
intern.
another rumor I heard about
Or
that too
Ant-Man.
was that
With Tony Stark makes more sense.
Yeah, I heard that they're gonna take away from the actual comic written by Mark Miller. That he's gonna actually have iron, like it's gonna be built by Tony Stark. Like his costume will be like an iron spot, like whatever.
Special
Yeah.
suit. Then
Yeah.
that makes sense with that rumor.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go, getting yet another Spider-Man, 3 Spider-Mans within 10 years.
Yeah. So going back to Predator, that's what I'm saying too. Who's to say that this is not gonna be another like reboot?
Of
You
what,
know?
Predators? Oh, of course.
Yeah. So, but who knows? But who? And again, given
Okay, we're
everything
going
that's
2 hour
happening,
edition.
yeah.
Joking.
But I mean, who knows who's going to? Because now that we have the radar thing, whatever, and then Batman and Superman might bomb, whatever. We still have 4. We still have 4 of the movies coming out. Well, Gambit got pushed, but we still have, the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange coming up, X-Men and Suicide Squad coming up. Well,
Cumbersnatch.
I guess we'll get to Suicide
what,
Squad.
what else are we missing? I have X-Men, Suicide Squad,
This summer?
Doctor Strange. Oh no, but I said
there's
Gambit was
tons.
out. I said Gambit was out. So those 3 movies, who's to say those might change? Like that might affect them.
No, of course. It's all evolving. Because you got two Justice League movies coming out. 2 more Avengers, right? It's split in half. Infinity War is split in half.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're milking the shit out of everything.
Yeah, and they have the director of Creed doing Black Panther now.
Ryan
He's a
Coogler.
major Black Panther fan too.
Ryan
apparently.
Coogler. Yeah, that's a good idea. He's young. I saw the making of
Yes, he is.
Creed the other day.
Yeah, man.
There's a good documentary called From Rocky to Creed or something like that. It's like a 1-hour special.
Yeah, man.
He's young. He was like 28 when he
I'm
directed
surprised.
the movie.
I seen him, bro. I'm surprised this guy has pubes. Like it's weird.
He's
It's
young.
like,
He looks young. He's like 28, 29. Crazy.
So
Okay, before we wrap up, do you think, because Fred Dekker is a nerd, so is Shane Black, do you think the studio will let them do some crazy shit with the new Predator, like
No.
bring back Schwarzenegger, bring back
No.
Danny Glover?
No.
No? You don't think they'll give him that shot?
No, if we learn anything from any reboot, whatever, especially when we saw.
Well, we don't know it's a reboot though, because they kind of rebooted it already. Because the first link that I sent you guys like months ago, they were saying that it's a sequel. They're gonna do the Superman Returns thing. They're gonna ignore Predator 2 and they're gonna do a sequel to Predator.
I have a theory, man, that when they're using, especially now, the trend now is that when they use any familiar work, that they're putting money on it just because they think people will actually go because they're familiar with the story. And with any studio putting in money, they're gonna want some little bit of control in there. I think that.
Did you see Predator with Adrian Brody?
Let me tell
No,
you.
I didn't.
It was basically
Yeah,
it was
I
the
saw
same idea. It was a bunch of people in the jungle. It was basically a remake of Predator,
But just
except
in
how
their
they
land.
got there, except another planet.
but
it looked just like Earth.
But my point is, I think they're not gonna let Fred Dekker and Shane Black do whatever they want, man. They're gonna have
Shane Black. I mean, Fred Dekker is lucky to be there, but Shane Black has pull. He has more pull. Right?
If I was
He
the
directed
studio-
Iron Man 3.
If I were the studio and I see
He did
Okay.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang too, but I think that wasn't a high budget movie neither, though.
No, I know, but he was the highest paid screenwriter at one point. We're talking a long time ago. But he got involved in a Marvel movie. I mean,
listen, they've
Robert
tried.
Downey Jr.
because they're friends. Yeah.
They've tried to do so many different Predator movies, Predator versus Alien,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work. Why not say, you know what? Why don't we
This
just
is
go
different.
back to what made it work? Let's get everybody nostalgic. Do Predator, bring Arnold back,
He doesn't have to
and blow everybody
He
out
could
of
just
their
be in one
fucking
scene.
chairs.
They can go to him to talk to. Remember, he's the last time we saw him. He was,
Not the expendable shit.
No,
Make
no,
him
no.
the main guy, or
What do you mean
one
expendable
of the
shit?
main
What do you
characters.
mean expendable shit?
Yeah, don't bring me Schwarzenegger and for cameos.
No, only in the first movie. The other movies, he was in it the whole movie.
Yeah,
I'll be
I
I
guess.
saw the first one.
Yeah.
No, he's in the other ones. Yeah, but they're not gonna
Make him the
Schwarzenegger.
make him one of the main guys.
Schwarzenegger right now is not. He's kind of a little bit of poison. They tried to bring the Terminator movies back and it didn't work.
Because they're horrible movies.
Yeah, I know, but
I still
Schwarzenegger in
think
the
he has a
jungle
bit
right
of a
now is not
draw.
gonna work.
Alan Taylor right now is fodder. So is Emilia Clarke right now.
Yeah, he could be like an advisor.
If you have a good director that knows what he's doing, you can't go wrong, bro. Bring Schwarzenegger back.
But not as do like a Creed
Oh
thing.
yeah, he doesn't have to be the
He's like
lead.
the main guy.
But
He's like
please
your
don't
advisor.
make him a cameo to get people in the seats. Give him a big role. Let him be
No, I don't
not
mean
the
a cameo,
main
but
guy.
he could be the
but-
advisor. Because he's the only one that survived killing the Predator. If they're ignoring Danny Glover, if that's true.
Make him
He's the
him
only
like
one that survived.
make him like some old general now, or not a general, but maybe like he has his own unit that he sends out, but he's like the old guy that he just knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? And let
He
them
could be
do all
like-
the
yeah,
action.
He could be the advisor.
I don't know. Or is that phone app game that he has now? Can't believe that he's even doing that shit. I'm like, look at this guy doing phone app game commercials. But
They need to do. Well, we're going a little too far. But we'll worry about it when we know more. But they need to do Predator in urban better. They try to do it in the second movie. They need to do that again. Forget the jungle. They did the jungle already.
I'm
Twice.
hoping they do good, man. Because I really doubt the studios are gonna give him that much.
AVP was in a
power.
cave underground. Didn't count.
they should just do Predator
Because
in
they did the Colorado Predator. it didn't work.
Afghanistan with Rambo.
Hey,
I'm done. I'm walking out.
if
Hollywood, you have that one
if
for free.
they finally did the old idea of
Send us
making
a
the
check under the door.
if they can do a $200 million movie about the Raptors, part of the good guys with cameras and lasers, which that's what they did in World. You got to see it. They become like the team.
Sharks with
they can do
lasers.
they can do a
That
Predator.
was such a crop, an attempt.
Like they
to
have a
crowd
predator.
please.
Imagine they have
I
a
mean,
Predator.
That was so
They have a
corny.
Predator captured and they force him to work for us. Imagine how crazy
He's got a desk job.
I mean, he's an actual person. No, not that far. I'm saying,
but
if they could train an animal and
Wait.
people buy it, they can train a predator that has
No
a
one
brain.
bought it. I didn't buy that. I thought that was a shame attempt to crowd please people. Like, oh yeah, we
course.
got the. Yeah, everybody wants to have a raptor after watching Jurassic Park. So like, oh, so of course I was like fulfilling the fantasy of saying, okay, imagine the raptors on our side instead of their side.
They needed more of that. He trains them with treats and click, 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 and they only listen to him, of course, because he's Chris Pratt. And
I think that was
Vincent D'Onofrio's
shameless.
in that movie too.
I
He's
think
the
that
bad-
was
he's
shameless.
The
I
bad
think that
guy,
was
the bad
shameless.
corporate guy.
No, shameless. They're not gonna play that again in Predator. That's stupid. I don't think that Shane Black or Fred Drago would ever do that. But I don't think they're gonna give him that much freedom to begin with anyway.
I don't know. I hope they have freedom, but if they don't, it's gonna be that corporate shit.
Yeah, and you know what the problem is though? Is I think you're right. Shane Black had pull for Iron Man 3 whatever, but you know what? Who had bigger pull than him was Robert Downey Jr. That's why he brought him over in the first place.
You didn't, they're already pushing for Ben Affleck to play the Predator. You didn't hear? When he takes off the mask, it's gonna be just Ben Affleck.
Yeah, you know what that's gonna be? You ugly motherfucker.
With his big white teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going on a tangent here. Okay, we're pretty good.
There's like a 2-hour podcast.
No, an
special.
hour and 3 minutes. We're good. You can put it chapters.
All
They're
right,
usually an hour. All the podcasts are usually an hour.
all right.
So I guess
that's the most
enough for
venom
today.
we're gonna spill for now.
So
but,
we'll be back. Oh, we're probably gonna go back to reviewing old movies, retro movies, fun
Yeah.
movies. We'll
Yeah,
do some
we-
more video movie reviews.
We should be getting back on the saddle again and start doing our retro reviews and hopefully more videos and get the content flowing again. We already had our 3-month hiatus.
Yeah,
But,
look out for us trashing remakes now since we're talking so much about remakes.
Yeah, we'll do some.
Yeah.
We'll talk about remakes, good remakes, bad
Yeah.
remakes,
We're formulating our list of
terrible remakes.
long watching bad cinema.
And anyone decides, and anyone that wants to comment on any of our podcasts too, if you have any suggestions of what we should be doing on our podcast or we should be watching, please let us know. We would be open for any of that because whatever you guys want.
Yeah, any feedback, anything you guys want us to either podcast or do a YouTube review on, we're always open to recommendations and we're always open to any kind of feedback from you guys.
Yeah.
Like I always say, please, follow us on Facebook or YouTube, iTunes. Just
Podbean.
look for FilmCan Productions. We're on
Okay.
iTunes, YouTube, you
Yeah,
name it.
everything we put on iTunes, we're gonna put on YouTube.
Yeah.
Those were our videos. We're gonna
And
do.
if it's too much to look for here and there, you can just go to filmcanproductions.com and it's the gateway to all the other media outlets we have. And on iTunes, please rate us, whether you like us or not. Just rate us so that we can actually get some stars going.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right, till next time.
Till next time, guys.
Till next time.
Drink them if you got them.
Cling, cling.